All right, so first of all, um, I just wanted to check and see if anybody either online or here in class um, is my advisee that I have not talked with yet, because this semester the university put holds on everybody's account unless their advisor clears it. So you can't register unless your advisor removes the hold. That's kind of an undergrad thing to do. I've never had to deal with that in the graduate school, but um, but if anybody needs their hold removed on I guess it's DegreeWorks, or needs to talk about what classes to take, practicum, candidacy, graduation, whatever it might be. If you're my advisee, stay after class, either online or face to face, and we'll just look up your DegreeWorks right now tonight. But if you're not my advisee, please talk with your advisor, email them so that they can remove that hold so that you can register on time. Some classes fill up quickly, others don't, but you never know from semester to semester. So, okay, that's my public announcement. The next thing, sorry I was sick last week, feeling much better now. I want to spend this tonight and this next week catching up. So what I'm going to do is first, are there any questions or comments about anything in the lecture on critical incident stress debriefing? Does anybody use that in your work yet? All right, well, hopefully you found that helpful. Okay, the second thing we're going to do, we're going to go over 3 chapters tonight, but that won't catch us up all the way, so I'm going to record 3 chapters as well, but so you can watch them on your own. But that should get us caught up. The other thing I need to catch up on is grading some discussion boards. That's really no big deal. I'd really rather grade the larger assignment with your videos first, so you'll have that grade by next week. So were there any questions or problems about the assignment that you had to use the case study for and work with a partner? How'd that go? Okay. All right. So the second half of tonight, so we'll go over 3 chapters, we'll take a break, and then we'll go over your assignment that you're getting tonight. And because I want to go over that in detail. It's very similar to ACEs, but it's basically you're going to work with partners again. You're just going to apply psychological first aid and to a case, and there's assessments that you fill out there in the syllabus, but we're going to go over all that in detail. I did send out, some people had difficulty finding partners. So this time I just sent out a list with your partners. You should have received it in email. It's also on D2L. So hopefully that'll avoid any issues finding a partner. If you had a partner and it was just 2 of you, I didn't make any changes. So you're with the same partner. I figure you already have their contact information. You've already worked together. Hopefully it was a positive experience. So I didn't change that. If there was a group of 3, or if somebody was working on their own, there was one person who had to work on their own, then I turned them into pairs. So there's only a couple minor changes. But if I made a mistake, if I missed somebody, just email me and let me know. I used our roster to do it and our previous sign-up sheet, so hopefully it'll be okay. But if it's not, just let me know. We'll fix it. I also, as I'm teaching this class, I'm also making changes, like I'm creating the D2L shell. I'm tweaking assignments. I'm deleting assignments. So every time I give you one of these larger assignments, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to do it, because you got to meet with your partner. You got to make some videos. You got to deal with a case. So each of the larger assignments, you're going to have 2 weeks to complete, just like the last one. And you won't have a discussion board to do that week. So I also notated that in the syllabus, and I'm continually updating that. So if you look at the syllabus, it should be current with due dates and assignments. So yeah, so you'll get the larger assignment the second half of tonight. There will be no discussion board this week because you'll be working on that larger assignment. And like I said, we'll go over 3 chapters tonight, but then I'm going to make 3 recordings, and that'll pretty much catch us up. So the only drawback with these larger assignments is basically discussing the chapters in a discussion board, but I think that's okay. I think we can catch up on that as well. If a discussion board was scheduled and I'm giving you 2 weeks to do the larger assignment, and I say, oh, you don't have to do a discussion board this week, don't worry about your grade. Like, it might show up shorter because you're not having to do that discussion board, but it's not going to affect your grade. So don't worry about that. I just think, if we do have a larger assignment, I'd like you to give that your full attention so you do a good job on it. It's hard to do 2 different assignments in the same class during the same time. All right. So we'll go over that the second half, and we'll go over psychological first aid. I did find a free book on psychological first aid, and I posted the link to it, and you can download it. It's like 100 pages. So you're not required to read 100 pages for this assignment, but you can just use it as a reference and take what you need from that. I'm not going to say, oh, you missed this. It's 100 pages, but we'll go over the most important things from that book. So yeah, but it's a great reference that you can keep, all right. So those are the updates. Any questions or comments about where we are? We're about halfway through. And I also know that I'm probably going to have to fill out a midterm grade. And whether or not I'm caught up on grading, it doesn't really matter. The only time I put in basically less than an A is if something is not completed. Because if you complete something and I grade it, you're either going to get full credit, or I'm going to tell you to fix it and you're going to fix it, and then you're going to get full credit. So the only time I'm required to put in less than an A is if something hasn't been turned in. So, and then I just say, please turn this in so that I can give you credit for it. All right. Yeah. So any questions? All right. So